Welcome back into Sports Drive. Once again, I'm your host, Preston Moore. I mentioned we were going to talk about an incredible achievement that all three CISD schools have accomplished. Joining us now to do that, we've got a panel of people coming on, a special interview right now. We have a full panel. We have Heath Nall, West Plains High School Band Director. We have Eric Rath, Canyon High School Band Director, and then Chris Hawkins, CISD Coordinator for Fine Arts. Guys, thank you so much for coming on the show and here to talk about some exciting stuff going on at all three CISD schools.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Well, let's just cut to the chase. All three CISD schools have made state for band, have made the state tournament for band. That's an incredible achievement because it happened just last year as well. So to do both, not only to do both, but to do both in such an incredible fashion, sweeping the last round to send all three to state is really incredible. I want to ask you guys, and feel free, anyone can answer, but I want to just ask, what do you think this means for CISD and how special is this that all three schools can make it to state?
So I'll speak first from kind of the fine arts standpoint. There are very few districts that can have all of their schools qualify. Marching band and band in particular in Texas is very, very strong. And so at any given year, when we go to the area contest, the bands are all executing at about the same level. So not only to have our students make that one an advanced area, which says that they're performing at the highest level possible, but then they get there and they were performing with 21 other schools, I believe, and they ranked in the top 3 of those schools, along with one other school from Pecos, and they get to advance down. And to do that twice, it's just something that doesn't happen very often, and it speaks really highly of the kids' work ethic, and it also speaks really highly of the quality teaching that we have going on in each and every cluster.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to ask you a question, Heath. This is one thing that's interesting about the last 2 years in particular. Not only did all three bands make it, but the West Plains band made it both years in both of the school's first 2 years of existence. How special is that for you guys?
Well, it's absolutely incredible. We've been fortunate to just be surrounded with great staff, great colleagues, wonderful kids, wonderful parents. And of course, the kids work really hard. So last year was our inaugural year as a school. We were able to make it to the state marching contest in our first year of existence. And I'm not really sure how common that is, but I'm sure it's pretty rare. Mm-hmm. So it was exciting last year. And as good as that band was last year, this year's band is even better. We have a great freshman class. We're excited about the state marching contest this year. We can't wait to get there. It's going to be a finish for sure that we hope everyone remembers.
Absolutely. Eric, we talk a lot about things going from year to year, changes from year to year. Obviously, last year was big for Randall in that a lot of the students switched over to West Plains to continue the success that Randall had on all fronts. I mean, multiple state championships in multiple categories, multiple sports won state championships, if not making it deep into the playoffs. But to continue that success on the band side of things, talk to me a little bit about what that means for the school.
Well, we were not quite as affected by the opening of West Plains at Canyon. Of course, our colleague Ginger Denny was affected greatly at Randall, as all of those West Plains kids were pretty much directly out of her feeder. Mm-hmm. But it really speaks to the commitment on Canyon ISD's part to support the fine arts. And as a parent of students who go to Canyon schools and as a taxpayer in Canyon, it's really special to see all of those accolades across all of the different activities. And obviously it feels pretty good on the marching band side because we're intimately involved with that.
Mm-hmm. Right, absolutely. Well, that's something that I think has just really been, it's special to see success on that level as a taxpayer in Canyon, seeing that, that money's going toward, something that is providing success for the youth of the community. I think it's very impressive. Now, on this show, we typically keep it and we talk a lot of sports, but obviously anyone who's gone to a high school football game in this area has seen some incredible bands perform. I want to talk about the fine arts and a little bit about the aspect of competition when it comes to band. Any of you guys can answer this question because you're all experts in it. But obviously, it takes a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. Not maybe not literally for that regard, but a lot of sweat, I'm sure, and a lot of hard work from your kids. Talk to me about all of the effort that they've put to get here, not just once, but 2 years in a row.
Oh, we talk a lot with our program about the consistency of making every day count, and how what we do really is a year-long process of developing the next show and then getting it in the hands of the kids. And so in a lot of ways, when we talk about what our amazing high school student athletes are pulling off, of which we have a lot of student athletes in the band, they're really seeing and learning a lot of those same life lessons where consistency from practice to rehearsal is so important. And that's one of the bigger things in what we do in band, is really preparing students to go into adulthood and be able to be consistent and take these lessons that they learn into adulthood. So that's one of those things that I feel like we have a great similarity to all of the incredible different organizations that do things across the multiple disciplines, sports included.
Absolutely. Heath, I want to ask you one more question. You know, when it comes to West Plains, and we've talked about the first 2 years of existence, making it to the state tournament in band is such an achievement. What does it take from your perspective as band director? What does it take from your perspective, you know, to instill a culture of excellence at the fine arts level?
Well, I think anytime you lead a group, it just comes down to, number one, you have to have high expectations if you want to be successful, whether that's band or football or tennis or anything. You have to have high expectations. And then the second thing is you have to sit down and have the kids, you know, write down some goals so that they have some buy-in. And then from there, it's just a matter of executing that plan every day that you guys put together so that you can be successful, and then just see it through to the end. And I'll just say CISD is an incredibly special place. The bar has been set high for years with the Canyon program. The Canyon band is incredible. My daughter went through that program. She went to the state marching contest with them. The same thing can be said for Randall High School. And we're just proud that West Plains has been able to do what they've been able to do in the last couple of years. So we all work hard. The kids have put in literally hundreds of hours to achieve this goal. We are excited to get down to San Antonio and give that final performance. And we just wish everybody the best luck in the world, because the truth of the matter is we're going to face 26 of the very best 4A high school bands in the state of Texas. The stakes could not be higher, and we're excited to see what happens and what the end result will be.
Of course, stakes are extremely high. Chris, briefly, can you tell us when this state competition is and how our viewers can keep up and see the results?
Yes. So the prelims for the state performance is November 1st on Wednesday. We will go to finals after that. Should the bands advance, 10 bands will advance. And if they go to the UIL State Marching Band Contest page, you can Google that. There is a link to watch streaming. It is $11 to watch the whole contest. So they would need to cancel a monthly membership right after that, but that's a fairly inexpensive way to see what's going on.
Absolutely. Well, we're so excited and we're so proud of the CISD schools and bands for making this, for doing this incredible achievement, not just once, but 2 years in a row. Really phenomenal achievement. Guys, thank you so much for joining the show and talking CISD.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. We'll be right back with more Sports Drive right after this break. Stick around.